Hey guys, this is the first video in the series Galaxy After Man, and today we are going to be talking about the Hive, Part 1. I'm really excited guys, let's get started. The Hive. From the time the first heat bug looked into the night sky, not to watch for predators, but to bask in the beauty of the great beyonds, a countdown was started to one day walk among the heavens, not as servants to the gods, but as equals. From evolving from simple packs of hunters no better than any other animal on the world, to masters of Fungera, was a journey and a goal all heat bugs worked to. But it was not easy. In fact, they were smaller and weaker than most of the deadly predators on their world. Their home, Fungera, was a world of extremes, with deadly viruses to flesh-eating fungus forests, to apex predators known simply the Sawjaws. But the heat bugs had something no other life form on their world had: intelligence. And in time, they started fires, crafted spears, to forging metals, to even splitting atoms. They became the apex life form on Fungera. However, it was a title they had to constantly fight for. But in time, they tamed and domesticated some of their natural predators to be loyal, cuddly pets. Fungera belongs to the Hive, but now the world is overpopulated, and like most of their history, an imperial government is in power. However, this works well, as all heat bugs are linked together by a hive mind to their queens, who themselves are linked to higher ranks all the way up to the Queen Mother herself. The Queen Mother rules without question as the highest caste and has unlimited power. But as time goes on, the resources of Fungera would not be enough to support the ever-growing hive, and now, with the power of space travel, all across their solar system, they have set up mining outposts to harvest as many raw resources as they can. But the sheer demand and need for raw resources would grow faster than they could handle. So with faster than light travel, the Queen Mother ordered them to set forth into the unknown coldness of space, together. On the day 2200.01.01, the first faster-than-light science ship would be ready to be set forth into the nearby solar system. Called Mother's Faith, the ship is the most advanced ship ever made, and on board would be Chief Science Drone 49, with a crew of 9 other lower science drones with them. Their job is to find new resources for their out-of-control expanding hive, or best of all, another world to colonize. However, there is another reason. The method of faster-than-light travel relies on pathways naturally occurring in the galaxy. They are like pre-built roads that can be used, and mapping them with the help of probes have shown there was a choke point. Trivilla, a local star system, was a key point that must be claimed so that in the event there is any outside danger from any other empire, they must go through there first to get to the Hive's homeworld of Fungera. So Mother Faith would be sent to Trivilla. For days, communication was maintained with the ship, and in time, they reached the system. Back at home, the whole of the Hive celebrated and rejoiced with this massive win. To celebrate, a massive feast would be held of roast sawjaw and the most prized molds. And on 2200.10.07, a new science ship was created, named Dawn of Hope, and sent to another solar system. However, with it being the second ship, not as many cared. It was more of a hurry feeling as resources started running dry. Even with this ever-growing fact that resources are running low, morale in the Hive was not a problem. Every drone to every queen, even the Queen Mother, knew that together they could prevail. On the day 2201.04.30, over a lava moon in the Orpheus system, a left-adrift alien ship was found by, funny enough, the second science ship. This discovery shook the Hive to the core, as it means not just life, but intelligent life is out there, somewhere. The ship seemed to be powered by solar energy, given its massive sails. However, the ship seems not much more advanced than our own technology. However, the ship will be studied, down to every last part of it, till its technology is understood. And soon, the second science ship discovered the secret story of the solar sail ship. It would be several thousand years old, and its technology, while primitive and not faster than light travel, the ship would be made of an unknown metal. This ship believed to have been left adrift after its main sail was torn, most likely from a space rock. And then, the first extrasolar system was claimed on 2202.03.01. A massive space base was built orbiting the Trivilla system. The Hive rejoiced and celebrated, while the highest of the ranks knew that there was not much use for this system. It was a dead, resource-poor rock and plasma waste. However, it did have military importance with its placement on 2202.10.7 in a local star system that was being searched. Life was discovered on the world Sosta 3. Non-sapient life would flourish on the planet. Thick, lush forests of trees, massive flowering plants, with large, shallow oceans. However, more research is needed. But as more research comes back to the Hive on Sosta 3, interest kept growing and growing. The world was dominated by massive wood-based trees and nearly magical-looking flower plants. This is a huge surprise, as Fungera itself, the world is covered by endless forests of funguses and mold, so this all was new, and the demand for more information of the world only grew. While excitement grew within the Hive, on 2202.12.23, yet another discovery was made. Remains of a city were found on the planet Gidia 3. Discovered by the dawn of hope, on the surface of the world, countless massive cities would cover an estimated 36% of the world's surface. Yet it was clear this world was abandoned. Its clearly once grand cities with architecture like coral now would rust and break apart. Countless numbers of skyscrapers would crumble or be twisted and destroyed. Ruins of a clearly advanced nation littered this world, yet now its glory would be left to rust. But strangely, the planet itself is barren, lifeless rock. The world itself has little to no atmosphere, no water, or even ice. How a species can evolve on a world and advance to such a point would boggle the minds of the Hive. How can life survive and build on this dead world is unknown and needs further study, a task the research team is excited to do. And later, in the Sosta system, on 2203.05.27, life would be found on another world named Sosta 2. This world, however, was a dry, hot desert, yet still with large lakes and small grasslands of green moss. Life would still thrive on its surface and below its lakes. Animal life would be not complex, being more simple and primitive. However, In a few large lakes, the planet holds a dark secret. Aquatic life would flourish and range wildly in size and looks, to ferocious predators to small, cuddly krish. This world, however, is not likely to hold a healthy colony, but attempts might need to be made, as this planet is rich in raw ore and other minerals. While the discoveries made would excite all and be a huge reward in its own, yet there is a problem. While raw minerals wealth is growing and nearly able to support the existing hive, one resource is running at an all-time low. Food would become a large problem. With the common food chambers limited and normally all you can eat limit would now be restricted. While countless underground chambers have been dug and now grow funguses and mold crops, it may be a little too late for the greater hive. For the first time in many years, some drones are starting to feel hungry. It was feared this would result in tensions, but rather has only fueled the goal of expanding the hive to other worlds. Following the research of the Dawn of Hope, the second science ship, it was discovered that the great city on the planet Gidia 3 were not native. In fact, the metal that made up the coral lake buildings were alien to the world and never before seen by the hive. Within the city was a detailed history of war and struggle, a history so rich it boggled the minds to believe it was true, yet there it is. This would be weird, as it was discovered the planet itself has always been unable to support life, and the buildings would be fortresses in their own right to defend anyone from toxic airs outside. There is no doubt now, we are not alone. But where are they now? On 2204.01.06, in a new solar system named Kamiga, the fifth planet from it being researched by the science ship Mother's Faith, would find a strange mountain range made of strange stone. Further studies would need to be made on the world, and it was discovered this planet has little atmosphere and water, yet primitive single-celled life would thrive on the world. And an even bigger discovery would be made on the world, as more primitive mosses like funguses and molds and more complex mosses cover the planet. Life still thrives here, but still more research is being made on this world, and it was soon discovered, to the horror and amazement of the crew, that the mountain range was a skeletal remains of a single colossus alien life form. The creature's skeleton was massive. Reaching to be miles in size. The bones date to be old as 3.4 billion years old. Strange still is the alien was not native to the world. A small trail of footprints could be seen leading to the beast body. It seems the creature likely suffocated, as there is little breathable air on this world. How or why this creature was on this barren world is a mystery and may always be unknown. But the public of the Hive would be amazed, and the fires of wanting to know more information on this beautiful galaxy burns bright. As many more science ships and their respective crews are sent out into this grand galaxy, the feeling of hope on Fungera grows. This feeling of wanting to know more, of wanting to see everything, has become so strong. Queens are nearly losing full command over their drones. However, one thing is clear. The Hive and all of the heat bugs are united and excited to explore the beautiful stars they once believed were out of reach, and now are within their grasp. And now the Queen Mother herself has a surprise for all of the Hive.